Good morning, children. Today we are going to see the continuation of our lesson Organization of Tissues. In the last class we have seen that epithelial tissues and the type of epithelial tissues and the type of simple epithelium, also compound epithelium. In this class we are going to see the connective tissues. So what do you think would be a connective tissue as the name suggests? Yeah, connective tissue, that means the tissues which connect something. Okay, connective tissues holds and connects the body together. Now you can think of a skeleton along with the flesh and all the other accessories forms the human being. So we know that skeleton is actually forming the framework of the body and connecting different parts like finger to the hand to the shoulders, likewise the body continues. So that it shows how we are connecting the entire body. The tissue which connect the body together is called as connective tissues. So literally these tissues ranges from fluid-like structure to the hardest ones. So we'll see one by one later. Okay. So connective tissues. So as I said, the tissues which connect the body together is called as connective tissues. It is the one of the most widely distributed one, which is distributed all over the body. Okay, it is also providing the structural and it is providing support to different tissues by forming an organs. So it is preventing the organs from getting displaced by body movements. When our body moves, the connective tissues are preventing the displacement of organs. So here the connective tissues have the intercellular substances. That is the difference between intercellular and intracellular. So intercellular means which is present between two cells. Okay. Intracellular means the something, the protein or the nucleus which is present inside the cell. Okay. That is called intracellular, which is present between two cells is called as intercellular substances. Okay. Here the intercellular substance is the matrix. Okay, so the matrix is nothing but it is a jelly-like substance which is connecting two cells, which is connecting one cell to the another cells, and it is also here the connective tissue cells are connecting the we know the group of cells are forming the tissues, and also the fibers, nothing but the proteins. Okay, then the classification of connective tissues. So as we studied, that is connecting all over the body. There are a variety of connective tissues. That is the connective tissue proper, areolar and adipose tissue. Then supportive connective tissue, that is cartilage and bone. Then dense connective tissue, that is tendons and ligaments. Then fluid connective tissues, that is blood and lymph. It is an important 2 mark. So the classification of connective tissues are connective tissue proper, supportive connective tissues, dense connective tissues and the fluid connective tissues. So you have to know the subdivisions here. Then the first one is connective tissue proper. So here the connective tissue proper consists of the collagen and the collagen fiber, elastin fiber and fibroblast cells. So here it is nothing but these are the proteins. It gives only the fibrous look appearances. Okay, here I have shown a picture here. Here these are the fiber like structure, the fiber like cells which is connecting the one to the another one. It has a cells and the fibers are loosely arranged in a semi-fluid ground substance called matrix. So the bluish background is called as the matrix. Here we could see the fiber-like cells which is connecting here and there, and that are called as the loosely arranged ones. These are the cells. The thickest portion is the collagen fiber and the brownish one is called as the elastic fiber. Also the thin bluish one is called as the fibroblast cells, the reticular fiber. Okay, So it takes form of fine thread-like structure which is crossing here and there in every direction, which is leaving a small spaces. We could find here there is no attachment between these fibers. We could see some spaces between them, and that space is called as the areolae. So it is joining the skin to muscles, and also it is filling the space inside the organs, and it is found around the muscles, around the blood vessels, also around the nerves. Okay. It helps in repair of tissues after injury and fixes skin to the underlying muscles which is lying below your skin. Okay. Then adipose tissues. It is the aggregation of fat cells or adipocytes. So aggregation is nothing but the deposition of fat which is forming a cluster. The fats are forming into a cluster one like a ball. Okay. So that is the aggregation of fat cells or adipocytes, which is spherical or oval in shape. Okay. It serves as a fat reservoir. So fat reservoirs are nothing but it is the storage of fat. They are found in the subcutaneous tissues, which is nothing but under the tissues. They are under the skin, okay, which is found under the skin between your internal organs, and it is also found around the heart and kidneys. Okay, they act as a shock absorber around the kidneys and eyeballs. So it is preventing our kidneys and eyeballs from a sudden jerk. They also regulate the body temperature by acting as insulator. They help in maintaining the body temperature. So insulator is nothing but which is preventing from the rising of temperature. Then the second one is supportive connective tissues. So the supportive connective tissue is nothing but it is also known as the skeletal connective tissues. It is also forming the endoskeleton, that is which is forming the inside skeleton. Okay, inside the vertebral columns. It is also helps in the locomotion of various organs, which gives supports to the tissues, and it also helps in the correct posture and support internal organs. So we are in a shape, right? So the human body is in a particular shape. That is because of the supportive connective tissues. So there are two coming under supportive connective tissues, that is cartilage and bones. So the first one is cartilage. So here the matrix is composed of large cartilage called chondrocytes. So here the matrix is composed of large cartilage cells called chondrocytes. So here we could see in the picture the bluish background is called as the matrix. Chondrocytes is nothing but a cell. Okay, wow. The cells which is secreting the matrix, and also it is embedded on it, lying on it. So these chondrocytes are present in a cavity. We could see the cavity here. The inside bluish portion is called as the chondrocytes, and this is called as lacuna. Here cartilage is mostly present in the embryonic stage, and it works as a supporting skeleton. Okay, so most of the cartilage is replaced by bones in adults. So cartilage is present in the tip of the nose and the external ear. You could touch and see ears. Okay, and end of the long bones, and also the trachea and larynx. It provides support and flexibility to the body parts, which is providing the support to the body parts. So cartilage is nothing but it is a soft bones. Okay. Then bones. So it is a solid, rigid and strongest one. So rigid is nothing but it is unable to bend. It won't give suitable flexibility, non-flexible one. Okay. So the matrix of the bone is rich in calcium salt. So in cartilage we could see the matrix is filled with the chondrocyte cells. Here the matrix is filled with rich in calcium salts. We know the bones are very strong because of calcium, right? So it is rich in calcium and collagen fibers, that is protein. So which gives a bone its strength. So the matrix of bone is formed of concentric rings called lamellae. We could see the ring-like structure here, and that is called as lamellae. Look at here, these are called as the lamellae. So the bone cells present in the lacuna are called as the osteocytes. Here nothing but osteocytes is a bone cell. So the chondrocytes is the cartilaginous cells, and here the osteocytes is the bone cells. They communicate with each other by a network of fine canals called canaliculi. Okay, here these are filled with the fibrous. This is two ring-like forms, and in between it is filled with the bone marrow. Bone marrow is nothing but a softest spongy-like substance. Okay, it is these cavities are filled with bone marrow, and it is helping for communication with each the rings. They provide shape and structural framework of the body, and bone is protecting and supporting the softest tissues and organs. Then dense connective tissues. So dense connective tissues are fibrous connective tissues, that is densely packed with fibers and fibroblasts, that are cells. Fibers and fibroblasts are cells. So it is the principal component of tendons and ligaments. So dense connective tissues are coming under tendons and ligaments. So they are cord-like structure. Cord is nothing but it is a rope-like structure. Kairuன்னு சொல்வாங்கல்ல, that is rope-like structure. They are strong and it is joining your skeletal muscle to the bones. So look at this picture. They are densely packed. We couldn't see any interspaces between them. They are densely packed and they are looking like a fiber-like structure, that cord-like structure. So collagen fiber is a protein and the fibroblast is a cell. Okay. So tendons have a great strength and limited flexibility. They are not very super flexible. They have a limited flexibility. They consist of parallel bundles of collagen fibers, that is protein. Also they are contains the rows of cells, that's fibroblast cells. Then ligaments. So ligaments are highly elastic structure. So while sitting we are bending our legs, right? So that is because of ligaments. They have an elastic structure. They have a strongest strength which is connecting one bone to the another bones. Like in the knees, we could see in our knees, we could bend our leg, right? So that is because of ligaments. This is one bone and this is one bone, and this center part is called as ligaments, that is highly elastic one. So they contain very little matrix. They don't have any intercellular substances. They strengthen the joints and allow the normal movements. They are strengthening our joints and also it is helpful for the normal movements. Then fluid connective tissue. So literally we know the blood and the lymph are the fluid connective tissues which is spreaded over all over the body. The cells of the connective tissues are loosely spaced one. Okay, that is embedded in an intercellular matrix. So intercellular substances, that is called as the plasma or lymph. Plasma. Then the first one is blood. So blood contains corpuscles. Corpuscles is nothing but a cell which are red blood cells, that is red blood cells is otherwise called as erythrocytes. Also the white blood cells is otherwise called as leukocytes. Also the platelets. Then in this fluid connective tissue, the blood cells moves in a fluid matrix called a plasma. Here the plasma is nothing but it is a yellowish liquid which is carrying your RBC, WBC and platelets. The plasma contains inorganic salts. Okay. Also it contains proteins, glucose, urea, enzymes, hormones, vitamins, also minerals. Okay. That is helps in the, it also help in the circulating fluid, and it is also the transport of nutrition substances all over the body. Then red blood corpuscles. Red blood corpuscles is nothing but erythrocytes. Here the red blood corpuscles are oval in shape or the biconcave disc shape. Okay, so they don't have any nucleus. Okay, it contains a respiratory pigment called hemoglobin. Hemoglobin is otherwise called as a protein. It is a respiratory pigment which gives a red color to the RBC. So which is involved in the transport of oxygen to tissues. Then white blood corpuscles. White blood corpuscles is also called as the leukocytes. They are larger in size. They possess nucleus. RBC does not contain a nucleus and WBC contains a nucleus, and also they are colorless. They are amoeboid movement. They move like amoeba. Okay. They play an important role in body's defense mechanisms, which is used for destroying the unwanted antibodies. So they engulf or destroy foreign bodies. They destroy and sweep off the foreign bodies. Foreign bodies is nothing but which is entering outside to the body. Environment to the body is called as the foreign bodies. So granulocytes and agranulocytes are two types of WBC. So granulocytes have irregular shaped nucleus and also it contains cytoplasmic granules. So cytoplasmic granules is nothing but there are a small daughter-like substances inside the cell, that is called the cytoplasmic granules. In granulocytes which possesses cytoplasmic granules. Neutrophil, basophil and eosinophil are coming under granulocytes. So agranulocytes does not contain the cytoplasmic granules. Here the lymphocytes and monocytes are coming under agranulocytes. I'll show you a picture now. Look at this picture. Here monocytes and lymphocytes does not possess a cytoplasmic granules. Here in eosinophil, neutrophil and basophil we could see a cytoplasmic granules inside the cell. Then blood platelets. So platelets are usually minute one. They don't possess nucleus. Anucleated means they doesn't contain any nucleus. Then they are fragile fragments, easily destroyable ones. Platelets are. They play an important role in blood clotting mechanisms, which is used for clotting of blood and it also stopping the blood from flow. Then lymph. It is a colorless fluid. It is filtering out. It is the filtered one from the blood capillaries. It consists of plasma. So lymph is the fluid that circulates throughout the lymphatic system. An important function is that it captures the bacteria and brings them to the lymph nodes where they are destroyed, which is also used for the exchange of materials between blood and tissue fluids. Thank you, students.